Hey, welcome to Half the Battle!
I got a bit distracted by the whole rankings extravaganza that I forgot I left you hanging with half a cartoon review. So today we're taking a look at the Syntoid Conspiracy Part 2. Though it's a little funny and I didn't notice this the first time.
But there's something strange going on with the title of the episode.
Hasbro calls it the Syntoid Conspiracy, so does the Joe Wiki, but the episode title card itself just says Syntoid Conspiracy. And that's what Wikipedia calls it too. I guess we got Mandela affected into thinking there always was the word "the" in the title. Weird, isn't it? Anyway, in the first episode, Cobra created Syntoids, synthetic replicas of real people. They managed to replace the Pentagon top brass, no, I still don't care about their names, and also Duke. They cut the G.I.Joe team's funding so they can't defend against an air attack from Cobra, and after that they disband the team. Junkyard, seemingly the only one with a brain, knows something is up and attacks the Syntoid, who orders him destroyed, so Mutt makes a run for it, with Rock'n'Roll on his tail, leading us into Part 2. Now, obviously, Rock'n'Roll wasn't gonna capture Mutt, but instead helps them escape. He almost immediately runs into Destro, who I guess was just hanging out right outside the base or something. But since Mutt has had a rough day, he is in no mood to talk, so Destro just gasses him. At the Cobra base, for some reason, Cobra Commander explains the plot through flashback, i.e. footage from Part 1 like it's frickin' Danganronpa.
So we can just skip that.
The only relevant thing here is that Duke escapes almost immediately. See, if this was a miniseries, that would take like 3 whole episodes to happen. Meanwhile, Scarlet, who's now the General Secretary to add insult to injury, plans to get the team back together. But unfortunately, she contacts fake Duke, who of course immediately tattles. The General contacts Cobra, and the signal is conveniently picked up by Breaker, who gets a fix on the receiver's location. Destro has apparently taken Mutt with him and left him right outside the Cobra base.
That's a bit rude. He could have at least left him a note or something to explain things.
The Joes have their little meeting, speculating there's a hidden island, so they'll need their Sky Strikers that are still at G.I.Joe HQ. As an aside, how many freaking Sky Strikers does the G.I.Joe team have? A bunch of them got blown up last episode. Fake Duke doesn't realize snitches get stitches and informs the General.
Set your trap at Joe headquarters.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I just really needed to pee. They enter HQ easily enough and get to the armory, where they take M16 machine guns instead of their normal laser rifles.
Oh, you mean they're gonna use actual bullets?
Commission!
Of course not.
Everybody knows M16 shoot lasers. That's just common sense. They spring quick kick and head to the airfield to fuel their jets. They get there, but things are quiet. A little too quiet. As they're looking for more equipment, Destro shows up. Has he again just been hanging around the base this whole time?
Dude needs to get a hobby.
He explains the plot, again using old footage. Yeah, you can see the corners being cut here. And he's so pissed at Sartan and the commander for making a Syntoid of him that he wants to help the Joes to punish his associates.
Destro's a liar! He's leading us into a trap!
I was gonna say here that Destro should just tell them Duke's a Syntoid, but I'm not sure if Destro even knows. I don't think he was involved with that part of the plan. Meanwhile, the General has surrounded the Joes. I'm not sure how he was able to set up the perimeter so fast without them fleeing. Destro proves his intentions by using drones to set up a force field, giving the Joes time to fly off to his ship.
By the way, listen to this.
I'm like 90% sure that's the sound effect of the phasers from the original Star Trek. Back on the island, Duke has been cornered by Copperhead, but conveniently, Mutt and Junkyard find him at just the right time. They commandeer the water moccasin and head off. The Joes have somehow landed all their jets on Destro's ship, which seems freaking impossible, but what do I know?
Duke, what are you doing?
I needed to pee again.
One of you is a Syntoid.
He did know, and there was time to tell them.
Like I said in Part 1, the only reason fake Duke gets away with it is because everybody except the dog is so freaking stupid in this episode. Also, how does he know that but not that it's Duke specifically? On the island, Duke and Mutt enter the Cobra base in a pretty spectacular fashion. Mutt finds the captured brass.
We've been in here a long time.
We really need to pee. The Joes have left the ship and are approaching the island, and then engage Cobra, who put up a wall of laser fire, trapping Scarlet and not Duke inside.
My controls are locked! I can't eject! Save yourself!
Oh, that look means she seems to have finally gotten a clue. Also, fellas, if your lady looks at you like that, start running. She faked not being able to bail out and follows him inside the base. They fight for a bit until the real Duke shows up. And we get the classic cliche of, who do I shoot, who's the real one? Yeah, sure didn't see that one coming from the moment the fake showed up. Fortunately, this is cut short by Mutt showing up with the smartest Joe, Junkyard, who quickly goes after the fake. Yeah, they conveniently show up at the right time, again, something that seems to happen an awful lot this episode.
Kinda lazy writing if you ask me.
Cobra Commander ruins his whole plan all by himself when the Syntoid shows up. As to him, the only way to find out who's the real Duke is by melting the fake one. But the device is on the maximum setting, so he accidentally melts not just fake Duke, but all the Syntoids everywhere. And I have to admit, these melting scenes look pretty gruesome. I mean, check out that eyeball. I'm not sure how kids reacted to this back in the 80s. And so the day is saved, with Cobra Commander and Zartan getting away, of course.
Because this is still the G.I. Joe cartoon.
The episode ends with the Joes being reinstated, and I gotta admit, I like this group tracking shot that shows pretty much the entire G.I. Joe team. Something that rarely occurs in the cartoon because there's so many damn Joes, and drawing them all would be a huge pain in the ass. I think only Airtight is missing here, but do correct me if I'm wrong. And that was the Syntoid Conspiracy, or just Syntoid Conspiracy. A pretty good two-parter. Part 2 suffers from the same problem as Part 1, with some shoddy animation here and there. And you can see the cost cutting with the flashbacks. It also relied a little too much on people showing up at the right time. I'm not counting Destro here since he planned to show up when he did every time. Still, I liked the overall story and there was plenty of action and intrigue. It's just too bad everybody had to be pretty stupid for the Syntoids, especially Duke, to not be discovered. Thank God for MVP Junkyard, I guess. The body horror with the melting was surprising, but added to the overall feel of the story.
Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?